From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
Are you paying attention?
Who, me?
Hello?
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No, I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. I was asked the other day, this is usually how I know it's time to do this feature again. I was asked the other day why I don't do Ask the Atheist anymore. And I explained to the person who said this to me, but I do Ask the Atheist. And he said, well, I guess I haven't heard it lately. Well, all right. Ask the Atheist is a feature in which I, one of the few atheists in the broadcasting industry who has the guts to admit it on the air, will answer your questions. Many people don't think they've ever met an atheist before. Maybe you have, but most of you probably don't think you have. And many people can't figure out why someone would be an atheist. You know what an atheist is? An atheist is someone who does not believe in any supreme being, any deity, or, frankly, any organized religion of any kind. That's it. This is it, and then you become worm food. That's what we believe. In fact, we don't have a group that we all subscribe to. There is no pope or leader of this. There is no movement. It's something you kind of have to believe on your own, and then that's what you are. I didn't know as a kid what an atheist was. All I knew as a kid was that I didn't believe in any of these fairy tales. I didn't. Anyway, if you've got a question for an actual bona fide atheist, someone who does not believe and never has believed in a god, a supreme being, a deity, or a religion, I am here to answer those questions for you right now.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-866.
Tom, I want you.
Really?
Oh, did anyone ever tell you you're beautiful?
Yeah. You're lying to me.
Oh, baby, that hurt.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show from Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. It's Ask the Atheist. We haven't done this in a while, so time for you to call in. Anthony on a cell phone. It's Ask the Atheist. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Anthony.
I just had a quick question for you.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in any kind of supreme being, then how were we created?
I don't know. Do you?
No, I mean...
No, that's my point. You don't know, and I don't know. And religion is a fairy tale that was written to explain things we don't understand. Like that.
Do you believe in Darwin's theory of evolution?
Do I believe in it?
Yeah.
All I believe is that it's the most believable explanation I've heard, although I'm sure it is riddled with mistakes.
Oh, okay. Well, another question. Do you believe in witchcraft or any kind of magic?
No.
You don't?
No, that's religion also.
Why would you say it's religion?
Because there are religious beliefs tied into it.
Okay.
Are there books of scripture? Are there books of potions and books about spells? That's a religion.
Okay. All right, man. Thanks a lot.
All right. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Dave on a cell phone. You're on Ask the Atheist. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
day.
Boy, I hope we got a good connection, man. I'm in a horrible area.
I hope so, too.
Hey, two quick questions for you're married, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you went through a marriage ceremony.
Not at a church, I didn't, and not with a minister.
With a judge?
With a judge, exactly.
Okay. Well, just curious.
With no reference to religion or deities.
Okay, I understand that. Do you celebrate Christmas?
Do I celebrate it?
Yeah.
Well, here's what I do. I get a pagan Christmas tree and cover it with non-religious symbols, and you're laughing. There's no nativity scenes at my house, okay?
Okay.
Santa Claus and reindeer, these are not religious symbols, all right? And I have a turkey.
Uh-huh.
Nothing religious about it.
What are you celebrating?
It's just a holiday. It's the vernal equinox. It's a holiday that everybody celebrates. That's all.
You buy presents and things?
Yep.
Just sheer curiosity. I heard what you were saying on the radio. I never heard the show before, so I thought, what the hell, I'll call.
There you go.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Dave. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Kurt on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Kurt.
How you doing, Tom?
Do you care?
Yes, I do.
I'm doing great.
I'd like to ask you why, when bad things happen in the news or whatever, you read it, why you attribute that to God.
Did God create everything?
Well, we came from somewhere.
Did God create everything?
Personally, I believe he did.
Okay. Does God know everything?
Yeah, he's omniscient. Yes, he knows everything.
So God can see everything.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So when good people go down in flames, why doesn't God step in and help them?
I'll tell you the answer to that, Tom.
Go ahead.
Because Satan is God of this world right now.
Oh, I see.
Because we live in
That's
the
a very nice.
world.
It's a very nice explanation for something you don't understand. Why does God get credit for all the good stuff, if I may ask?
Because, Tom, without God, I mean, nothing could be good.
You didn't answer my question. Why does God get credit for all the good stuff?
Because we attribute God as all good, when God knows good and God knows evil.
Well,
but he chooses.
So who gives you a brain tumor?
Well, maybe yourself from smoking.
No. You don't get a brain tumor from smoking. Who gives you a brain tumor?
Well, I wouldn't. Probably, I would say Satan.
Satan gives you a brain tumor.
But God allows.
Why does God allow it?
Because it's beyond.
God is all powerful, right?
Right.
If you're a good person and you believe in God, why doesn't He save you?
Because we live in a fallen world, Tom.
We live in what?
We live in a fallen world.
So what's the point of believing in God if He can't do anything for you?
Because, Tom, after you die, whether you realize it or
but
not,
God can't do anything for you. Why pray? If God isn't capable of doing anything for you to help you, then why pray? Like if you're sick, why pray to get better?
some people do get better, Tom.
And some don't.
And some don't.
And you know what? I think they'd get better or worse whether or not you pray for them.
That's beyond our comprehension, though.
Well, that's beyond our comprehension.
That is beyond
But the point is, I think whether you pray for someone or not, they're going to get better or not. For example, you could pray for somebody who has AIDS. You can pray all you want. Guess what? Most of them are going to die.
Most of them do die.
Right. Well, you think nobody's ever prayed? Do you think nobody's ever prayed for someone with AIDS?
I think many people have prayed for people with AIDS.
I mean, you think people with AIDS have prayed for themselves?
Many people.
Why doesn't it ever do any good?
How do you know it doesn't?
Because most people with AIDS die.
Well, most. You said most.
The vast majority.
Right.
And many of the ones who die have prayed or been prayed for.
Many of them have, Tom.
Why?
Because that's beyond our comprehension. It's God's will.
See, that's how you explain everything you can't explain.
Exactly.
And the point is, religion is there to explain things you don't understand. That's all it is.
But that's when you turn it over to, that's what faith is.
It doesn't matter. The point is, it doesn't matter whether you pray for someone with AIDS or not. They'll survive or they won't.
But the bigger point, Tom, if I could say one thing.
Oh, no. Don't tell me what the bigger point is. Every time I catch you on a point of logic, then you want to move on to a bigger point or another point. The real truth is it doesn't matter whether you pray for someone.
It does in some cases, though.
No, it really doesn't.
Because you don't know. You're not God. You're not finite. You have a lot of power, Tom. You've been given a lot of power, but you're not God. And God is
please.
Jesus himself has influenced this world more than any government than you
That's
have.
just because there's a bunch of morons and lemmings out there. It's not because of anything that this so-called person has done.
But Tom, one day you will die, and you will kneel before God. And that's
No, that's not a fact.
That is a fact.
That is your wacky speculation. That is not a fact.
Then how do we
If
get
it's
here,
a fact,
Tom?
then prove it.
Is it all coincidence? Where did we come from? You have a car?
I don't
There's
know.
A creator. There's a
I
creator.
have
of
no
that car.
idea. I have no idea.
Right.
And
none of us
you
do.
don't either. So, but the thing is, when I don't know something, I don't make up an explanation like you did.
But I'm not making it up. Tom.
Someone made it up, and you decided to subscribe to it. Now, the fact is, if I don't understand something, I can leave it at that.
The Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. To ask the atheist, this is Paul on a cell phone. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Paul.
Hey, I love your show.
Thank you.
Well, I just called to say that I've never really even met or talked to a true atheist.
There. That's why we have this program. So
Well,
you
I
can
don't believe
speak
that
to
you're
an
a true
actual atheist.
I don't believe that you're a true atheist either.
Prove it.
Because most atheists don't live out their philosophy in real life. Because
What? You said you've never met an atheist.
Yeah, that's right. Because when I question them about their own belief system, they're not consistent on how they apply their belief system.
I want you to show my inconsistency. Ready, go.
Okay, your inconsistency is when people do something to you and that you make a moral accusation that they shouldn't do something, you really have no basis to say that.
Why not?
Because what are you appealing to?
Because, people can have morals without believing in a religion or a God.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this question then. What are they basing those morals on?
A society.
Okay, society, and you're saying that might makes right.
No, I said that society makes decisions as to what is moral and what is not.
Right.
And I subscribe to that.
And I understand that, but society, all it is the majority rules.
Well, that's what it is, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look in history, atheists were justified in Hitler's position because they were the majority rule.
No, I don't. But I don't agree, because here are some of the things I also believe. I also believe in not doing things to people that I wouldn't want them doing to me.
I know, but that's your own personal preference.
That's what it is. That's what morality is, pal.
All right,
Wake
okay,
up.
All right, I
That's what
understand
morality is.
that. Well, yeah, but that's only your personal viewpoint.
That's where my morality comes from.
I know, but that doesn't mean it's right.
You can judge whether you like my morality or not. Well, who decides what's right?
That's the question I'm asking. I ask atheists. I says, what do you base your morality on? If you're basing it on yourself, then there's no way for you to say that any one action is right or wrong.
Well, I think there are certain things we all agree on. Killing another person, I think we all agree is wrong, whether you believe in God or not.
Why do we say that it's wrong?
Because you're infringing on the rights of another person.
Yeah, but that's your own personal belief.
That's my personal belief,
Right.
just as religion is your personal belief.
I'm not saying that my position is religion. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it is. You can smell it from here. It's
Okay, all I'm saying is that if enough people believe that
you didn't have to say it.
is right, and if enough people say killing is right, then and they're the majority, then that's all there is to it.
That's right. They're exactly right. For example, all you people believe in not murdering. You feel perfectly comfortable with letting the government go out and decide who it's okay to kill in other countries, for example.
I'm just saying is that...
And people actually pray out there in the battlefield. And they pray for God to help them go out and kill people.
I'm talking about most...
You guys are perfect. You guys who say, oh, no, you can't let morality be determined by the masses. But the fact is, you guys are subscribed to the idea that it's okay for the country to decide which brown people in other countries it's okay to kill.
Tom,
you know that.
You don't know what I subscribe to.
Yes, I do.
You can't make that accusation.
It rings through the phone. I can hear it.
I study philosophy, and I understand what the atheist viewpoint is, but they can never live it out in reality.
I'm living it out in reality.
No, you don't.
Because you don't know what the atheist viewpoint is. It's very simple. The atheist viewpoint is that we do not believe in the existence of a deity of any kind.
I understand.
That's it. That's the entire viewpoint.
I understand.
There is no more than that.
All I'm saying is
there is no more than that. So you can sit here and try to tell me that we're not consistent. I consistently believe there is no deity.
I understand.
Every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Well,
I believe there is no deity. It is 100% consistent.
Your viewpoint is a faith position, just as a religious person is a faith position.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay. I love your show, Tom. But
Thank you. Don't repeat it again. I agree. This is what I believe. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm not telling you I can prove it. It just happens to be what I believe. You're absolutely right. Jesus. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Spiro on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, Tom.
Spiro.
Can you explain to us listeners the difference between first seeing something and then believing it versus first believing it and then seeing it?
The difference is that, obviously, if you see something first and then believe it, you have some evidence that exists that in your mind proves that belief. That's the difference.
Right. Okay.
Whereas people who believe things first and then see them, they don't have any proof.
That's the issue. That and I understand your point of view on why you're an atheist. The difference, though, is that when it comes to believing in God, you say deity. Let me use the word God.
Well, that's your deity that you subscribe to.
Okay, fine, but I have to believe first, and then all these things. Your eyes are open to so many things that God offers to you.
Oh no, that's you. I am a human. That's the only point of view I can have.
Well, that's the difference, though, between.
Well, if you're superhuman, please send me the evidence. I want to see it.
I'm not superhuman.
I'm a human, and therefore I can only have a human point of view.
Why not first believing in something called faith?
Because I don't believe in anything until I see evidence of it. That's me. Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Ask the Atheist. I am the Atheist. This is Beth. Hello. Beth.
Hello.
Is that a question or a statement?
I have both.
Oh. All right. When do you plan to begin?
Well, I just wanted to say that you just had a caller and you told them that you have morals.
Yes.
Well, I'd like to know, I was listening the other night, and I'd like to know why, if you have morals, why would you tell a man that called your show to tell his girlfriend to have an abortion?
Because I think that's the right thing to do.
To have an abortion and tell her how much he loved her. And make her believe.
Well, she already lied to him and said that she already lied to him because she already lied to him. By the way, speaking of lying,
you don't know.
Did you tell Dino, the screener, that you're 40 years old?
Yes, that's right.
But you're not 40 years old.
I'm 40 years old.
You are way over 40. You are way over 40 years old.
I am not over 40 years old.
Let's start with that.
I was born in 1960, January 10th.
Mm-hmm. You just sound 60 years old.
60 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not.
You sound older than me.
Well, that's your problem. Maybe
no, it's your problem.
What I'd like to say is that you asked about brain tumors.
Yeah.
Why do people get brain tumors?
Yeah.
I lost a good friend to AIDS a few years ago.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Did you pray for your friend?
Yes, I did.
A lot of good that did.
Listen to me. There is a perfect plan.
Oh, really?
I believe.
Well, let's thank God for killing your friend there. That's good.
No.
Thank you.
Please. I'd like to tell you what happened with my mother.
Well, what happened to your friend with AIDS?
You said, can you open up your mind for a second?
Well, I'm trying, but you keep zigzagging all over the place. You haven't told me why you told me about your friend with AIDS.
I'm just letting you know I've listened to your show. I've been listening to it, and I'm telling you that I've experienced some of the things that you've talked
Really?
about.
So why did you tell me about a friend with AIDS who died? Why did you tell me that? What was the purpose of telling me?
Because I wanted to let you know that I've been listening to the show.
But the fact that you had a friend die of AIDS had nothing to do with whether you've been listening to the show.
Can I tell you about it, or do you want?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out. I mean,
I'm trying to
you had a friend who died of AIDS. You prayed for your friend. Your friend died anyway.
That's right.
And God had a perfect plan, which was to give your friend AIDS. Very good.
No, listen.
Thank you, Jesus.
Can I just tell you? I think that there is a plan in the afterlife.
Really?
For people.
Yep. Lesions, low T cell counts,
and
cancer.
I really feel bad for you that you don't have this in your life.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Is that so? My God, if I were religious, I could get AIDS and die too, I guess.
Can I tell you something? My mother had a liver transplant done about 3 years ago. A year and a half ago, she had a toxic reaction in her brain.
Really? Is she a religious person also?
To her rejection medication.
Is she religious also?
She's very religious.
Really? I want to thank God for the bad liver. Thank you.
Maybe some of the listeners that you have out there can understand what I'm trying to say.
Were you praying for her before the transplant?
Yes, we were.
Really? That did a lot of good, too. Thank you, God.
Can I tell you something?
Well, what do you want to tell me?
Well, if you would keep your mouth closed.
Don't tell me how to do the show, dearie. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, that'll be the fastest ticket off this show is telling me how to do the show.
Well,
this is my show. If you want to make the rules, send your own tape and resume in and get your own show. I got my own master plan for this show. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what?
Because I am your supreme being while you're on the air.
Do you want to hear the story or not?
Any other religious relatives who have terminal illnesses you can tell us about?
Can I tell you what happened with my mother's situation?
What happened?
She was at U of M hospital. She had, first of all, she was at a hospital in Livonia, and they misdiagnosed her. She was sent to another hospital, and she went into like a coma type of thing.
Really?
We had her sent to U of M hospital, and they had the top doctors working on her.
Right.
They brought in the doctors from Atlanta, Georgia, with infectious disease and everything.
Yes.
Everyone was working on her case. She went into a coma. She was on life support.
Right, and they said she was going to die, but then she survived because she prayed. You prayed for her, and it was a miracle.
You're not letting me finish.
I don't have all night. Let's go.
Well, you keep interrupting.
Well, just get to the point. Cut to the chase.
Anyways, they came in and explained to us they were going to turn her medication off on Wednesday.
And she lived.
This was on Monday. Tuesday morning, I called the Vatican in Rome, and I asked for prayer. And do you know that they promised me that they would pray for her?
Really?
And I had to take notes and write down. She woke up the next morning when they were going to turn her medication off, and the doctor said it was a miracle.
Wow.
They said if she woke
There you
up,
go.
she would have severe brain damage.
Thank you, Vatican. By the way,
explain to me why that happened?
when your friend had AIDS, why didn't you call the Vatican then?
Don't you explain to me
When your friend had AIDS, why didn't you call the Vatican then?
I'm telling
Did you not love the person with AIDS as much as you loved the liver transplant person?
Well, I love my mother. There's no doubt.
But the other person, they just had AIDS. They probably did something to deserve it.
When you
with an altar boy.
You pray
What?
from your heart with passion, and you watch what happens. And there's going to come a day in your life when you're going to need God.
Is there a number I can call for the Vatican? Maybe we should all call
You
it.
know what? He will be there for you because you know what,
Really?
Tom? He's putting you on the air right now.
Did God put me on the air?
People can understand what's going on.
So
in
I
other
can say
people's
erect
lives.
nipple or ask you if you have a nice rack?
Pardon me?
Did God put me on the air to ask if you have a nice rack?
No, and I don't appreciate being spoken to that way.
Really?
Either. And
All right. Did God give you a nice rack?
All your advice to men about treating women bad, get a life.
When you went to Catholic school, did the nuns ever give you a good crack in the ass?
No, they didn't.
Really?
They were very respectful, like they were respectful to everyone else. And you don't have to make smart aleck cracks. You're the one
I know.
that can't come up with a line now.
You're getting awfully upset.
You're going back to what you're saying.
You sound awfully upset over there.
Yes, I am. I'm passionate about God.
Really?
Yes, I am.
Is that so?
And I will defend him till the day I die.
Is that so?
When I leave this earth, I hope I can go to heaven and work for him.
Really? For him?
Yes, I do.
What's your husband's name?
What does that matter?
Do you have a husband?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I've been married 21 years.
21 years.
That's right.
That's amazing.
21 years, 5 kids.
Why am I not surprised? That pulling out method really works well, too, I see.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Oh, boy.
Tom Leykis.
Hey, give me one example of sexism on this program.
You said that Monica Lewinsky is a fat pig.
Take a look at it.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show. Post Office Box 4455, Hollywood, California, 90078. Email us. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Or drop by our website. It's www.blowmeuptom.com. From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show.